Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp of the Limp, and I'm here with something very special to show you all. And I am excited to finally have this here on the table. It arrived a lot quicker than I actually thought it would. This is Snapship Tactics by Lynn Vander Studios. Now, you guys will have seen I did videos previously talking about the little ships and that this game was coming to Kickstarter. It has actually delivered now, and as you can see here is one of the ships that I showed a build of. Previously, I did a couple of videos showing how you build these. They're essentially like, what's the best word I use to describe it? Like big, awesome Legos. They do, push together, but they have a good firm fit to them. As you can, see, you can really shake this thing. It's not like it's going to fall apart, but craft them in a whole bunch of different configurations. Like this one is called what is this one called? Again, the Wasp or something along those lines. No, this one is the Scarab, that's right. And you can put it together in like 3 different fashions, or even, kind of create your own if you really wanted to. But they were toys, all right? The best way to put it, they were toys. And a lot of different toy builds for them, but they designed a game for it, and it's so cool. It's like X-Wing, all right? It's a combat game using ships on stands, rolling dice and movement templates, the whole nine. So what you've seen with X-Wing, but with different designer toys that you can put together in multiple different fashions. So this is not just one ship, it's like 3 ships. But as you can see, this thing is freaking huge. A X-Wing ship is about that big, right? So maybe the size of one of these components. So these are a lot more scaled, and you're at a much closer vantage point than you would be at like the X-Wing scale. Because of that, you're not going to have as many ships on the board. I think 1 on each side, 2 on each side, maybe 3 on each side is kind of pushing it for the different sizes. You could fight this game on a 3x3 mat. That's what I'm planning on doing. I think the most you would probably want to do on that would probably be 2 ships. You do have bigger mats out there if you go bigger size, 2x6, 3x6, at least something like that. You could do as many ships as you really want. So it's kind of up to you, but it is size dependent. You're going to need more space to kind of account for the size factor on these ships. Let's set this out of the way, let you guys see what all came with it. I did get the bundle, so we've got a bunch of different components here. We'll take a look at the main box itself and then some of the extra little pieces that you can get. So let's go ahead and pop the top off this. As you can see, it's obviously the Kickstarter edition. The thank you for backing us and decals. They included decals. That's cool. I like that. Are they like stickers or decals? Oh, it feels sticky. Cool. I like that. I have to see how we're going to use those. We got our rules right here on the top, which I would anticipate these being more like a living rules, because games like this do tend to change over time because you have a little bit of power creep and the like. You see there are components. These are the 2 ships that come with the basic starter set. So you've got the Saber and the Scarab, right? So like the human faction and the bug faction, and then the 2 basic builds. But again, you can build those in different ways. And then the types of dials that they have. My guess is that's something like shields or health or something like that. Yeah, starting hull and evasion values shows it right there. And then your little gaming mat, which this doesn't come with a gaming mat. So keep that in mind. No gaming mat comes with this. You are going to have to supply your own. But it does have like asteroids and nebulas and things like that that come with it. So you guys will see the rules when I do a playthrough of the game, but just understand it's similar to X-Wing in the way that it plays. All right, so Starship Combat. We've got a couple of instruction manuals here, and these are the builds. Okay, so how you can build the different ships. You see the Saber here. We've got 3 different variants of the Saber, and the cool part is that's going to have different stats. So they might have different maneuverability, different weapons, different loadouts, all that good stuff. But you see, it's like a Lego piece set, and they're all kind of based around these blocks. All right, so I'll let you guys see that those big blocks with the kind of star looking symbol in the center of them. They're designed in such a way that you can plug the components in together and you get a nice snug fit, and it stays where you put it so it won't fall apart. There are different individual pieces that are a little bit different, so it can allow it to spin, maybe if it's a weapon piece that has a turret or the like. But generally speaking, that's going to form the core of your ship itself. As you can see, this one, there are those pieces that I'm talking about. All right, so they form the core, and then you add on your extra pieces, your engine parts, your wings here, which this one can actually adjust the wings. That's so cool. They got like razor blades on them and the like. Weapons, the Gatling guns on the front of this thing. So really, really cool stuff. Now this is actually the stand that comes with the ship, so you can kind of display them like models. You're not going to have that in here. If you buy an individual ship or a component, which you can order them off Amazon. They're actually relatively cheap. You'll have the stand. It's actually the top of the box becomes the stand. But the core game itself is not going to have that because these aren't set up for display. They're going to have the little flight stands for them. So we've got our 2 sets of instruction booklets, and then our tokens here. Looks like big pieces for the nebulas, and then all the different types of admin pieces. Looks like selections of missiles and torpedoes, and then little dials there. Range ruler, it looks like. Asteroids that are popping out. And our 2 dials, which we should have some more of those actually coming in some extra pieces. Looks like we've got a acrylic, either range or movement template. I'm not sure which one this one is. I'm guessing that is a range ruler. Now, in here is our case to store all the different types of pieces with it. But you see, especially we've got our components to build the ships. So they call these extra pieces greebles. These are like little engine pieces or missile pieces or things like that. There was a assortment that was going to be included because of the Kickstarter. So that is my guess on what all of these are. So extra wings, extra missiles, extra engine stand-outing pieces. And then our pieces to build the ships themselves. So I'm not going to put these together on camera. It will take a little while, and you can see they are relatively in-depth. But these should be the same sets as this. So this turns into this. All right. So we've already got that put together. That'll take me a little time, and I just got to build one of these sabers. See, it looks like we got one more bag full of the extra little greebles, cool looking things. So a couple of those, and then the pieces to actually build our ships. Those are the little dials. Let's see. All right. These are the stands that you're going to use to actually put the ships on. So they're the actual flight stands, right? And as you can see here, this is like the little maneuver templates. So they actually slide up, and I like how they have these etched on there so you can easily see where you need to put it or doing whatever type of maneuver that you're doing. Right? So if you're just going straight forward, you move it down, or you might slide over, do things like that. The little maneuver templates here are really cool. I like these. And they're acrylic, so they're not cardboard. It's not going to fall apart on you as easy. You only get 2 of these stands though. Base game, 2 ships. That's it. So 2 maneuver templates and all the other little goodies that come with it. But if you got the Kickstarter bundle, you do get more. Looks like we have a set of, I'm guessing these are range rollers. Again, the large size maybe. So we have an acrylic one that is short, an acrylic one that is long, and then a couple of the cardboard ones that are the long size. As far as dice, they got D10s that are custom dice. It looks like they got little hit symbols there, like a little crit or something like that, but basically D10s, custom ones for it. And then we've got our little blocks to symbolize, I think these are like power, hull, missiles, all that good stuff. The things that you need to annotate on your cards, you're going to use these to keep track of those. Then these are just our little tabs that you're going to use to put those cardboard dials together. And other than that, we've just got our selections of cards that come with the game itself. So you've got all the informational stuff that is on here, right? So their maneuvers, their missiles, their weapons, bulkheads, all that cool stuff. See, like this, the XF-23 fighter, and its different levels of stats. My guess is like that's hull and maybe maneuverability, or maybe that's the maneuverability or it's special maneuvers. Haven't read the rules yet, so I'll have to read that first, but we will see it when we do a playthrough of the game. Oh, that's cool. That shows the light fighter and its preset build. So it have, sorry, a little bit of shine that's on here. The cockpit, tri-thruster, blade wings, maneuvering fins, and a Gatling gun, and then a little booster, and then the basic chassis build. So it gives you basic builds that you can use on the back of these cards. Look at that. Again, a basic build, and this is going to use some of those little greeble components. Like this has the Mantis laser, thrusters, wings, and my guess is all of those different components are going to add different things to your ship itself, whether it's extra maneuverability, extra speed, extra weapons, whatever the case is. And then these are our basic cards that have all those little armory pieces on them, and you can see the little colored cubes that it's going to add to it, and then what type of maneuvers you can do with it. My guess is this is the type of turn that it can make. Maybe higher numbers equal more of a turn that it can do in a single move. But we will see that when we get into the game itself. I'm definitely looking forward to putting these together and being able to kind of craft your own build on it. So think X-Wing with its different builds, different cards that you can add to your ships. Saying it looks like similar type thing here, with the exception that it's actually going to show on the ship because you're actually going to plug those little components on there. You're going to plug the razor wings, the maneuvering fins, the Gatling guns right onto your chassis, and that's going to become your ship. So it really is going to be WYSIWYG in this game because you've actually got the little parts to plug on there. That's awesome. I like that. And something else I was thinking about, it's probably going to be a little bit easier to do different types of maneuvers with this. I think that's a short maneuver and this is a long maneuver. That's, if I remember right from reading it previously. The movement tokens, you've only got one. That's it. That's all you have to worry about. In X-Wing, there's something like 15 of the different types of maneuver tokens that you have to worry about. And in this, you just have the single token, but it's oddly shaped enough that depending on how you're positioning it on the round maneuver or round base here is going to determine what type of movement you're doing, whether it's a short straight or a turn or a long boost, whatever the case is. I like that. That is really cool. It makes things much more simplified than all the other different types of tokens you have to worry about. All right, so like I said, it was a bundle that I got, right? So with the bundle, it came with the extra flight stands here. There's a couple of these boxes, and these don't include just the flight stands. They have the extra dials that you're going to need for the ship, extra cubes, and then extra cardboard tokens. So it has all of these little pieces in here that you need. It says the not complete game thing. But basically, you need this pack to add these things to your game. If you already had some of these snap ships, you already have the ships, you are going to have to purchase these to be able to use those in your game because you need the flight stands. Obviously, you're going to need the cards as well. That's what these packs are. So we have the Falx, Wasp, Lance, and Locusts. So these are 4 different types of ships that got added to the game as well that you could get all as one big bundle. So I was like, yeah, I want different types. So that's what these are here. As you can see if I can get it all in film here. This is 4 different ships that get added to it, and they've actually got little pilots that you could put into them. Each one of them have multiple different builds. These 2 have 2. These 2 have 3 different types of builds, different ways that they can be put together. This is the set of cards that go with this one, and this is the set of cards that go with these 2. So as it is, I'm going to have 6 different ships, but the 6 different ships can be put together in multiple different ways. So this is like 3 ships. This is like 3 ships. The base game is like 3 ships. So in a way, if you think of that one as 6, this is 6. And this is another, 4. That's something like 16 different configurations, and then more just depending on how you put things together. So that is a really cool idea. I really hoping that this all plays well together. I love the idea of having actual customizable ships that you can put together in different ways to have different maneuverability, different abilities with them. Maybe a missile boat, maybe a gunboat, maybe something that's really fast and quick, but it's got light guns. Like these ones down here, this is the Scout, so it's light and maneuverable, but this one has stealth abilities. Interested to see how that is going to play out in game. That is so cool. These are the actual toy boxes themselves, though, so they have some extra components in them, like what they call that UJU tech. So it's like this glowy piece, and these actually do have the little thing with it, the spring-loaded crap, right? So you can push the button and actually shoot the little pieces out. That is so awesome. It brings back my inner kid, right? When I was playing with G.I. Joes when I was a wee little tad. Anyway, you guys stay tuned. I will be putting together these and getting them set up, learn the game, and we'll do a little fight and see how all this plays out. I will get that set up as soon as I can, so you guys stay tuned for it. All right, that's going to be it for me. Y'all take care. I'll catch you in the next one.